And now for something a little bit different, a sake review. For those of you who don't know this, I am a wine consultant by trade. I work in a nice beer and wine store that has an actual bar in it, a real bar, not just a growler kiosk. It's called The Cellars, and it's here in Baltimore. A little while ago, my store had a special treat, and we were able to get and sell a certain brand of sake. Now, just to let you know, in Maryland, liquor laws are kind of weird, so certain type of stores, depending upon what their licensing are, can and cannot sell certain types of alcohol. Normally, I would not be able to sell sake because the alcohol percentage of the sake exceeds my license, which is 15.5%. This sake is around 15%, so I was able to get it. Now, in the future, I will revisit sake as a general topic, but just so you know, sake is not a wine. Let me repeat that. Sake is not a wine, but here in America, because of the way the laws work, they find it easier as categorizing it as a wine. So that's why they call it wine. But sake is really its own type of alcoholic beverage. But again, I'll talk about it in a later episode. The brand we got into the store is called Taiku, and it was their premium sake black label that I got to taste. Now, Taiku is actually the name of the business that imports that sake. It's not much is known about them, but they aren't so much as the sake brewers as they are the money and importing arm of the overall company, and they call themselves Taiku. Knowing that is important because what it means is that this is a company that specifically is trying to reach markets outside of Japan, and for me that affects quality. More on that in a moment. Okay. Taiku Sake Black has the proper sake pedigree. It really does. It has a Jumai Ginjo stamp, which denotes a superior product. It is from the Nara Prefecture in Japan, which is where you want it to be from. It's kind of like how you want California wine to be from Napa Valley region. The rice they use to make the koji with, which is basically mold-infused rice, is of sake grade. The rice itself is polished to help bring out the flavor and aroma. So on first glance, this should be a really pretty good bottle. Now, the first bottle we opened and tasted from was god-awful. The second bottle was decent. Here's the deal. Here's what happened. Sake, when you initially brew it, starts at 18% alcohol. It can go as high as 26%. It is somewhat watered down for consumption outside Japan. For some reason, they think that that's a better thing, that it'll be more palatable to customers outside of Japan. Knocking Taiku's black label down to 15% probably blew out a lot of the flavor. The other reason why it wasn't impressive, as it sounds like it should be, is because it traveled. And that's a big deal, and that's why I brought up the Taiku, what that means. Even when traveling, though, sake should not taste like that swill we had, because Japanese companies in general take care in getting their sake to their overseas customers. Because sake, unlike wine, does not age well, and the fresher you get it, the better it is. As I said before, Taiku is the name of the importing company, and as far as I can tell, they are a European group, so they may be cheaping out on the importing. Compounded with the fact that many American distribution companies do not know how to store it properly, so it's probably sitting in a warm warehouse room for too long. So this sake may actually be pretty decent, given all that. But because I've had other sake brands, I'm kind of thinking it may not be. Now, if you are interested in sake, and don't let this review get you down, I'll tell you what you should do. When you go to a beer and wine store that sells sake, make sure that the alcohol content on the bottle is no smaller than 18%, and that it has the pedigree that I mentioned previously for the black label. And the bottle, some of them do, some of them don't, has a brew date on it. Make sure you get the youngest bottle. Then you will have a proper sake. Okay, that's it for this week. Don't forget about the A and B contest. This is the Anagi Observer, and I am Steve Gerhardt, and I hope to see you guys next time.